The Meghan effect is not just a trend. It is a global economic event at this point. When Meghan Markle steps outside wearing literally anything, the world behaves like it just discovered a rare gemstone in the wild. Meghan could wear a potato sack, and by lunchtime, that exact sack would be sold out in 42 countries, featured on Vogue, and the price of potatoes would skyrocket on the stock exchange. Brands don't wait for Meghan to promote them. They sprint, they leap, they break Olympic records trying to repost her outfits before she even gets home. It's honestly spiritual. Designers cry tears of gratitude because Meghan simply existing in their clothes feels like a blessing from the fashion heavens. And what makes it even more hilarious is that Meghan never tries to orchestrate some dramatic fashion moment. She doesn't need to call a paparazzi meetup or do a slow-motion walk while wind machines blast at 100 km/h. She just steps out of a car, smiles politely, and suddenly the entire internet collapses under the weight of, "Where did she get that?" and "It's already sold out." She is the algorithm. She is the influence. She is the reason interns at fashion houses keep smelling burnt coffee, because they've been up all night preparing inventory just in case Meghan breathes near their product. The Meghan effect is effortless, unstoppable, and honestly a little bit terrifying. Across the ocean, however, there is a PR crisis unfolding so dramatically that it deserves its own Netflix series. Kate Middleton's fashion team is working harder than a washing machine trying to spin with a brick inside it. For years, the British tabloids desperately pushed the "Kate is an icon" storyline, complete with flowery adjectives like regal, timeless, and elegantly understated, which is PR code for bland, but we're trying. But lately? Oh, the cracks are loud. Brands she wears, struggling, outfits she's photographed in, sitting on shelves like abandoned leftovers at the back of the fridge. Even her most loyal newspaper cheerleaders accidentally exposed her. One article basically admitted the Kate effect has been sending brands into bankruptcy. Imagine being marketed as the future of royal fashion only for your clothing choices to turn into economic horror movies. It's giving bad luck charm. It's giving wardrobe of doom. And because of this chaotic pattern, her PR team is panicking like they're trapped in a burning building made entirely of polyester blazers. They are scrambling for relevance, praying the internet won't fact-check them, and praying even harder that Meghan doesn't step outside wearing a sock, because if she does, every brand Kate wore that month will spontaneously combust. Now let's get into the comedic masterpiece of the year, the Alessandra Rich dress. Kate wore it to the Festival of Remembrance, and her PR team immediately broke their fingers typing, "The dress is completely sold out." They fed the headline to their favourite tabloids, and of course the tabloids printed it like gospel. They tried so hard to create a fake fashion frenzy. They were like, "Look everyone, people love this dress. It's sold out." Meanwhile, the dress was online, begging for anyone, to add it to their cart. Every size was available, every single one. Stock was so untouched that even the mannequins were like, "Sis, it's just us in here." Not only was it available, but it was 30% off. 30. Not even the bots wanted it, and bots buy everything. The internet checked the receipts faster than FBI agents and immediately shredded the lie. People joked that the only thing sold out was the PR team's imagination. Others said the dress had prairie ghost energy and looked like something from the clearance rack of a haunted museum. It was a global roast session, and the PR team had to sit there pretending they couldn't see the flames. Here's the part the Palace PR office refuses to swallow. You cannot manufacture genuine influence. You cannot Photoshop excitement. You cannot duct tape relevance to someone. Influence is natural, or it's non-existent. Meghan has influence because people like her style, respect her personality, and find her relatable. Kate's team is trying to copy-paste Meghan's impact without, having Meghan. So they keep releasing these exaggerated fairy tale fashion headlines, but every time they do, the internet fact-checks them faster than a calculator solving 2 plus 2. They try to push "Kate wore it, now it's iconic." But the audience is like, "Girl, that dress looks like it haunts barns." The more they try to create a Kate effect, the more obvious it becomes that the only real effect happening is the global eye roll. The funniest part is that Meghan is not competing with anyone. She is in her own lane. She is in her own solar system. Kate's PR is competing with an imaginary rivalry they invented in 2018. Meghan is focused on business, philanthropy, and life. Meanwhile, Palace PR is focused on convincing the world that a discounted dress is secretly a fashion miracle. At the end of the day, the truth practically screams itself. Meghan influences without effort. Kate's team fabricates influence with effort, and still fails. Meghan's outfits create actual economic waves. Real sales, real impact, real excitement. Kate's outfits create headlines written by the same 5 reporters who have been recycling adjectives since 2011. Meghan brings brand recognition. Kate brings discount codes. Meghan creates demand. Kate creates sympathy for overworked PR assistants. Meghan is global. Kate is geographical. And through all this, Meghan remains unbothered, unpressed, and absolutely uninterested in these invented rivalry narratives. Meanwhile, the press keeps dramatically tripping over their own storylines like an uncoordinated soap opera villain.